Before we even get started, let's take a look at that Maxx poster dunk on Ant-Man and Jaden McDaniels. What's good, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Wrong vs. Right. I'm your host, Jay. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe below and hit that button. And today we're talking about the Sixers and what VJ Maxx, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe have to do in order for the Sixers to win games while Joel Embiid and Paul George are out of the lineup. Along with the other guys in the rotation, we're going to talk about what each person needs to do in order for this team to be successful while two big pieces are out of the lineup. So this video is fresh off a Sixers win against the Minnesota Timberwolves in Minnesota against Ant-Man and friends, and everybody showed out. Tyrese Maxey scored 39 points with 8 assists. VJ Edgecombe had 24 points with 6 threes made. And it was a really good showing for the Sixers.
How did that feel in the moment?
Felt good, man. We needed it. We needed to let some emotions out, man, after the last week or so. And I think we did that tonight. Let some emotions out, played the right way. Guys stepped up, made shots, and defended really well.
Coach.
But there was a couple key things that stood out from this game that the Sixers just did not do in their past couple losses. I think they were like 1-7 without Joel Embiid for the past 8 games before that win against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I'm going to talk about what they did differently in the Timberwolves game and what they need to do going forward. So look, for Tyrese Maxey, here's what we need for him in order to win. Tyrese Maxey needs to be an MVP. He needs to be the leader. He needs to control the pace of the game, get guys in their spots. And guess what? He needs 30 points per game while Joel Embiid and Paul George are out. Can't settle for anything less than 30 because that's how good he is, and that's what they need in order to win the game. When he's double teamed and there's no opportunity for him to score, he needs to hit the open man. And the open man needs to be in the right spot. So what I mean by that is like guys like Nikola Jokic, for example. When he gets double teamed, he makes other teams pay each and every time. So if you double team him on the block, and don't get me wrong, like Jokic and Tyrese Maxey play completely different positions. I get it. One is a center, one is a point guard. And Jokic is also 7 foot tall. So he has an advantage in terms of seeing over the defense. But he always hits the right guy in their spot. So if you double team him, he knows how to make the right pass to the foul line extended at the top of the key. He'll hit the corner. Maxey needs to get a little bit of that like anticipation of where the defense is coming from, so he can know where to pass the ball before the defense gets to him. So that would just take a lot of pressure off of him, and it would make defenses pay whenever Tyrese Maxey gets double teamed. This would solve the issue of Maxey forcing shots when they just aren't there, because sometimes he does that. And then lastly, he needs to play defense consistently. I think he was pissed off from losing to the Pelicans that last game, and he really turned up the defense a notch against the Timberwolves. Next, VJ Edgecombe. While Embiid and Paul George are out, we need VJ to score 20 points a game at least. Now, is it fair for us to put a 20 point per game expectation on a rookie? No, it's really not fair. But life isn't fair. And look, the Sixers tanked all last season in order to get a player of his caliber, and so far it's been worth it. And we know what he's capable of. It's not like he can't do it. We saw what he can do first game against Boston. He had upwards of 30 points against the Boston Celtics at TD Garden. So it's not like he can't score. It's just like sometimes he's not as consistent with his aggressiveness, but he needs to be consistently aggressive, and he needs to get his 20 a game. He's a rising star MVP, might I add. Get this, he's better than the majority of the NBA. So most players in the NBA, he's better than. So it's not like we're treating him like he's just any other rookie. He's not. So his expectations, therefore, they have to be higher than most, even as a rookie. And then lastly, and you'll find this as a common denominator with the Sixers team, he needs to play defense consistently. I love VJ's defense most nights, but sometimes he dies on the screen. So he'll get hit hard by a screen and let the guard just keep going to where it forces a switch. So now with Dembona is checking like Ant-Man or checking an elite guard. Can't let that happen. Needs to fight over every screen and continue to just be aggressive. Next, Kelly Oubre. So Kelly Oubre is very up and down, but what we can depend on with Kelly Oubre, he's going to guard the other team's best player. He needs to just like lock in on offense more and defense really. But he needs to be more like careful with the ball. Like stop making these lazy passes. If you pay attention to Kelly Oubre's game, sometimes he just makes like lazy, like one-hand passes to teammates and they get stolen. It's like, dude, like pay attention to every pass you make. Make sure it's like a good pass. Make sure it won't get stolen. and then have like a little bit of like assertiveness and like alertness on offense. Like, be aware of who's behind you. Sometimes he'll be dribbling down the court, they'll poke it from behind him. Like, dude, have some awareness, you know, when you're dribbling the ball. But otherwise, I love Kelly Oubre's game. Like, I like the energy that he brings. But just be like more alert. And also, I need 15 points a game from Kelly Oubre too. And you guessed it, we need defense. Dominic Barlow, it's pretty simple, man. Like, we need like 8 points a game. Can we get like 8 to 10 rebounds? You're 6'9", 6'10", super athletic, long arms. You can get 10 rebounds a game if you put your mind to it. That's what the Sixers need from you. We need you to play defense. Dominic Barlow is a versatile defender, so we need him to lock in a lot on defense and then be aggressive on the boards. Like, that's what he's there for, really, to play defense and to rebound. And also get second chance points on offense with his offensive rebounds, set good screens, all that good stuff. Lastly, with Andre Drummond or Dembona, who's ever in the starting lineup, we need you guys to defend the rim, and we need you guys to rebound the basketball. So for Drummond, he's one of the best rebounders of all time. Why is it so hard to expect him to average, 8 points and 10 rebounds a game? Like, he can easily do that. And before I shoot myself in the foot, let me just check what he averages. Drummond averages 7 points and 8.8 rebounds a game in 20 minutes. So look, like, that's not bad, but we need more, Like, can we get one more basket and can we get 2 more rebounds in the 20 minutes that you're out there? And for a Dembona, we know you're not the same rebounder as Andre Drummond, but you can still get some more rebounds and just work on your fouls, man. Like, stop fouling all the time. Every time he goes out to hedge on the screen, to like switch onto a guard, he's just too aggressive on the switch, and he always ends up committing a foul or jumping every time someone goes up for a pump fake. Like, in key moments, that just can't happen. So just work on that part of your game, and then just finish at the basket and catch the ball. I almost want to like sit down with a Dembona in the gym and just practice catching the ball, because like he's always bobbling the basketball. Overall, love the energy that a Dembona brings, but we just need some more defense, rebounding, and working on avoiding that many foul calls. All right, so that's 6 guys right there. Let's get to the bench. Campaign. So I actually love the addition of Campaign. Horrible trade by trading away Jared McCain, but I love the addition of Campaign. Why I love that is that he's a guy that can settle down the offense. He's a ball handler, so it takes pressure off of Maxey and VJ from bringing the ball up and getting pressured for the whole night. And he's a guy that can hit an open shot. Last year for the Knicks, he was great. I know he's been struggling shooting as of late, for the Sixers, but I think he's going to find his rhythm soon. And he knows how to make the right pass. He comes up with key steals, and he's poised under pressure. And you need that, especially with the Sixers team that sometimes gets frazzled in the third quarter. The Sixers are notorious for losing in the third quarter, so it's good to have a guy as an insurance policy, a security blanket, a backup point guard that can slow the game down in Campaign. So for him, like, obviously still play defense, but I need like, can we get 5 to 7 points and 5 assists? He's not going to get that many minutes, out of the lineup. But in the 10 to 15 minutes that he gets, can we get 5 to 7 points and 5 assists? That's all I ask, Campaign. I think you're capable of doing that. All right, Quentin Grimes, one of the more polarizing players on the Sixers roster. For Quentin Grimes, like, he's a really good shooter. So when he's in the game, he needs to shoot the ball. And he needs to be aggressive every game. Sometimes he's like tentative with the basketball. Sometimes like he comes out super aggressive. Some other games he passes up wide open shots and just tries to do too much. Like, especially on some of the layups, he has too much like filet, too much jelly on the layup. Bro, just get the basket or punch it on somebody, because we've seen that you can do that too. And in terms of points, like Quentin Grimes coming off the bench, you want a big contract next season. We need at least like 12 to 15. Actually, no, we need 15. 15 points off the bench for Quentin Grimes. He gets enough minutes. He's a good enough shooter. He's a good enough ball handler getting to the rim. He's actually a really good scorer, but consistency is an issue with him. And then obviously play defense on the other team's guards. That's what we need from Quentin Grimes. Well, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. What do you think the Sixers need to do in order to win games while Joel Embiid and Paul George are out of the lineup? Wishing those guys, a speedy return to action. But be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Everybody can't be wrong. Everybody can't be right. I'm out.